Hi readers, it's day 3 in our unit on our study of characters. So far we've learned how to name personal character traits from our list in our readers folders. Hopefully you're using those and you're trying out some new words that maybe you haven't used before. Yesterday we talked about how to create a theory based on what we know about the character. So when we're reading about the character, we should be able to create a theory or kind of predict some of the things they may do based on their actions. Today we're going to learn about empathy. So our I can today is I can empathize with characters. Empathy is a really important thing to have when we're reading and in our daily lives. Right now in our world there's lots of craziness and there's lots of things that we can empathize with. We need to learn empathy. Okay? When you empathize with someone, that means that you almost feel exactly what they're feeling. Some of you may know someone who's lost a family member before or a pet, okay? And you actually really feel bad when you hear them talk about losing someone they loved or a pet they love. That's empathy. When you can feel what someone else is feeling, that is empathy. If you can understand how they're feeling, that is empathy. If you've ever been hurt or you've seen someone else get hurt, you can empathize with them because you know what it feels like to feel pain. A couple weeks ago, you might remember on my way to work when I had the big stone or the brick, whatever it was, that came through my windshield. When I told all of you about it, you were very empathetic with me. You thought you were worried about whether my car was going to get fixed and who was going to take it. Some of you asked if I was okay. That's because you were empathizing with me, okay? Empathy is a really, really important thing to know about. If we look back at some of the books that we've already read, think about each kindness. We could empathize with maybe both characters in the book. We could probably empathize with Maya. We probably all have felt a time in our lives when we felt left out or not included. That's how Maya was feeling in the story. If you felt bad for her, then you were empathizing with her. If you understood how she was feeling by feeling left out, you were empathizing with her. Okay? What about the character that left her out and she felt bad in the end because she wasn't kind to her? We've all made mistakes in our life. And we've all been down that road when we felt horrible about something we did, okay? If you felt bad for the girl in the end that she never got a chance to be nice to Maya, you were empathizing with her, okay? How about in the book Soccer Shootout? We never read the whole book, but we looked at the first page a lot, okay? It says, Burke stood along the goal lines. His heart was pounding his chest so loudly that he wondered if the other players could actually hear it. So, on this part, when I read this, we've all had times when we've been super excited, when we've been playing a sport or something was going, maybe we're going to do a recital and our heart was pounding. That's what was happening to Burke here. If you can feel what he's feeling in the book, you are empathizing with him. So it's not always something sad. It could be something that's really exciting. If they're talking about a surprise birthday party in the story and you can actually feel what that would feel like to be surprised, you are empathizing. So remember, empathy isn't always just about feeling something that's sad or something bad that happens to someone. It can also be something that's good or exciting or something that makes you nervous. If you can feel what your character is feeling, then you are empathizing with them. Okay? How about this story? Remember this story, Pecan Pie Baby, where they were going to have a new baby in their house and the little girl was less than enthused about it. She was not excited, okay? What kind of empathy can you show for this girl? Pause the video here and talk about it as a whole group. Okay, maybe you talked about a time in your life when something similar like this happened in your family where you added a sibling. okay? Or maybe there was just a big change in your family. Maybe it was your mom or dad starting a new job and things were going to be different in your house, okay? You can empathize with her because she was getting ready for a change in her life. So anytime you can understand the feelings of someone else or your character, you are empathizing with them. Today, when Mrs. Bott or your teacher comes around to confer, I want you to be ready to talk about when you are empathizing or understanding a character's feelings in your text, okay? So with your sticky note today, when you're reading, if you come across the part where you're like, oh, I can actually feel what they're feeling, or I understand how they're feeling, sticky note it and be ready to talk about it when your teacher or Mrs. Bott comes around. Can you do that for me? Empathy is huge in understanding characters, and it's huge in everyday life. It's understanding why people act a certain way, okay? Maybe someone is just really not nice to you one day. There's probably a reason for it. Maybe something unhappy happened in their home, okay? And when they tell you about it, you might say, oh, I do understand that now. That's showing empathy, okay? So be ready to talk about how you're empathizing with your characters in the books, whether it's something exciting, something that's not exciting, maybe getting in trouble. We've all had that before, where we can empathize with them when we made a mistake, okay? Be ready to share and talk about that. Let's stop now and go over your reading non-negotiables. Okay, it seems like you're ready to have a great day in Reader's Workshop. Please work hard and be ready to talk about how you empathize with your characters. Have a great day.